Hey guys, so this is another Hero Shop video, and I'm pretty sure we already had these videos before, but it doesn't matter because people keep asking for me to make these videos, so let's do it, guys. So first of all, Someone did ask me to make a video about him, and I may do a video about him to actually show you how he actually moved and things like that, because he's a pretty powerful hero, very, very powerful hero. Highly underestimated hero. The main thing that you have to do with him is to make sure that you have a team that produces enough stones for him to go off as much as he needs to actually go off in that situation. Because this guy, I mean, he lowers the attack on a specific hero that you really don't want that hero to actually do damage to you. That's his first function. The second one is pretty much giving mana to every single hero in your team. If you do it correctly, it's gonna be every freaking turn, so that's pretty freaking powerful. Now that stuns are around, it has become more difficult for him to be used, because if he gets stunned one turn, he's not gonna get the mana of that turn, and then it's the whole chain goes down in that situation. But outside of that, he's still a pretty powerful hero. Incredibly functional, even at plus freaking 0. That's what I love about Showman. I've used Showman in the past at plus 0 for so freaking long, it's not even funny. And it's still true on this day. His powers are like, yeah, he's a really powerful hero. So if you want a powerful green team and you don't have Showman, Showman is highly recommended to get for sure, guys. Now Wanda, I've always liked Wanda, but I mean, there's so many heroes now that hit as much as her, and there's one that literally straight up replaced her and is faster than her, and that is Abigail. Yeah, so the problem with Wanda is the only thing that she does is pure damage, but her awakenings are pretty cool because with her awakenings, she will do more damage in that situation with the crit and crit damage and all that good stuff. Very powerful stuff at that time. However, there's also some heroes that she's extremely weak against. That will be Thor. Thor is a straight up counter to her. It doesn't matter which hero you counter, you actually hit with her skill. She's still gonna get, since she hits 13 times, when she breaks one of the shields from Thor, it's gonna create another shield. So on top of every single hit she hits, another shield's gonna be created. So it doesn't do anything. So Abigail is a much better option in that situation. So yeah, if you're starting out the game, you could definitely play with Wanda. She's really cool. She's really fun. She is the only very slow hero in the game. That is very important to note that as well. But yeah, in that situation, if you're starting out the game, you can use Wanda. If not, I can't recommend Wanda. There's a lot better heroes in Blue, and Blue has very powerful heroes for sure. So, and because Rebecca for a second here, because a little hat here, I thought it was, so anyway, Rebecca, a lot of people hate on Rebecca, but I really like Rebecca because she is a fast hero. You're able to give her, an energy weapon on her. So she's going to give the energy to your team. And also she's able to hold the stone weapon and all that good stuff. So she has uses in the yellow team. But her main use that you're actually going to use her is specifically with this guy. Let me show you so you can know. In combination with where are you, dude? Here we go. Yeah. Which shows her. You first hit Rebecca. You first shoot with Rebecca, give the debuff, and then you activate Shozer, and Shozer's gonna get 100% mana every single freaking time. So if you do it correctly, you're able to shoot Shozer every single turn in that situation. So in that case, if you really like Shozer, for some reason, because Sozer is a good hero, but he's slow, so you have to jump some hoops when using that guy. But if you have Sozer, you have to use Rebecca. That is mandatory. Outside of that, I can recommend you to use Rebecca in that situation because on her own, she doesn't do a lot of damage when you're high level playing. If you're starting off the game, she's amazing. She does a bunch of damage. She goes off almost every turn. And in that terms, she's good. But after that, I can't recommend you to actually fully everything with her in that situation, unless you have a really powerful soldier, for sure. Now for the second team, Alden, I've always been a huge fan of Alden. He's amazing, and there's some strategies when you use red, in which when you don't have any stones on the board, you activate him, you reset the entire board, and that way you almost never have a bad board in that situation. So if you have that star play, you can actually use him all the time. But the main use for him is the Infinite Team. In the Infinite Team, he is a must-have for sure. So if you ask about the Infinite Team, I have videos about how to make the Infinite Team in my channel, so you can search for that and you can actually get those. So in those two options, you can definitely use Alden. There's also an Alden team that hasn't been used in ages. I haven't seen anybody use that team in ages in that situation. But in that situation, I have not seen that team being used anymore, so I can't recommend you to use that. But the Infinite Team, he is... oh my god, he is like the missing piece, and that's especially if you have him +5. He's freaking amazing, and you're able to get him +5 through events, so there's no excuses. So if you want to use an Infinite Team, you have to have Alden. That's for sure, guys, for sure. And this gal Valerie, she is the only healer and cleanser in the entire freaking Gary Danes purple. So that's the main function for her. Damage share, it's extremely important when you want to counter Soul Link, and Soul Link is a very powerful mechanic in the game. So Valerie is by far the best healer for purple in the game, in my opinion. Since we do have Director End, some teams like completely ignore her and just use Director End, creating shields over and over and over. But if you're gonna fight versus a red team, if you want to have hope to actually defeating them, you need a hero that actually counters the Soul Link from Gillian, and Valerie does do that. And once she's +5, giving damage share to everybody right off the bat is super useful in most fights, for sure, guys. So if you're thinking about it, Valerie is a very good hero to get, and you are able to get her to +5 through events. Very powerful stuff, guys. And last but certainly not least, the absolute monster of all green teams, Chloe. Once she gets to +5, the main thing is that she's able to buff your two most powerful damage dealers or whatever in the game, and they're gonna get 30% crit chance and 60% crit damage, and that's gonna power them up so much. And Chloe specifically, and recently I've been using her, and I've noticed she's done a little bit less damage. Maybe the developers nerfed her a little bit, just a little bit. But when I put her Lupita's weapon, she's still an absolute monster. The top teams still tremble versus Chloe with the Lupita weapon. So if you plan to use Chloe, she is a incredibly powerful green hero for your green team, for sure. And if you plan to use her, make sure to give her Lupita's weapon, because she does need crit damage to be able to actually pull off that extra damage that you really need, just cleaning the shields on the enemy team, and also doing all that damage with the swords and all that good stuff. So yeah, Chloe's a very powerful hero. She's one of my top 10 heroes of 2023 for a reason, and one of the main reasons is that you're able to get her to +5 through events still up until this day. So highly recommend it if you want to pull in more damage from green, which green does lack in damage in that case. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please leave in the comments and we'll talk about it. Alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.